Well, guys, I've done it again. Sorry guys, again, I've forgotten to upload my top 10 fragrances I've been wearing this fall. It is officially winter. December 21st, I believe, is the first day of winter. And so, of course, I wait till the last minute to show you guys what I was wearing this fall. I will say, though, that I always usually post my fall videos, my top 10 fall videos, late in the season anyway, because they're not really buyer's guide. I know some people in the comments will say, you post your videos really late, and why can't you post them earlier so we can buy them, for the season? But I don't normally do that. I like to kind of wait because the whole point of my video is that I'm trying to show you guys what I've been wearing all fall. So I like to wait till towards the middle of the season. That way I can have a better idea of what I've been wearing mostly, and then I will make a video and share it with you guys. So that's kind of how I do my videos. Again, they're not really a buyer's guide. If you guys want to go out and try some of these fragrances, please, you can go out and try them. But this is more just what I've been wearing. This is my personal favorites for the fall season of 2020. Yeah, you guys are probably going to kill me for doing this one so late in the season. And I haven't done my niche one either, so I'm going to probably try to do another quick little impromptu video like this for that one as well. So I will show you the top 10 designer fragrances I've been wearing this fall, and I will try to do my niche video quickly at some point. So I'm going to try to do this one straight through. Not going to go into a lot of the notes or anything like that. Just kind of go into some of the nuances of these fragrances, some of the things that I like about them. Again, I don't know all the notes in these fragrances, but I just kind of remember what I like about them most. So we'll start off at the honorable mention spot, which is a fragrance I got not that long ago. I don't like that many from this house, but this one I did actually like. When I tried it I believe I tried this one at Kohl's. And a couple of their fragrances are pretty good that I've tried at Kohl's as well. But this one's the one I liked out of this entire line the most. This one sort of reminded me of a watered down designer version of Mancera's Red Tobacco or Carlisle or one of those similar types of fragrances. Again, this isn't exact, but this does have tobacco and red apple and a few other notes. They sort of give it that Mancera Red Tobacco feel. It's just a little bit lighter. But from the house of Diesel, we have Only the Brave Tattoo. Not sure if you guys have tried that one or not. Like I said, it's sort of a watered down version of Mancera's Red Tobacco. Again, why would you want to get a watered down version? I don't know. It is cheaper than those. Probably paying around $100 for those fragrances. So, it kind of makes sense if you're going to want to save some money, and so you're going to try a lesser version of that fragrance. So going on to the next fragrance in the top 10 fall fragrances I've been wearing for 2020 is going to be a fragrance that not a lot of people are talking about. I did see this one at Marshall's recently for a pretty decent price. I think it was around $30 for 100 mil. Don't quote me on that. Maybe 35, but I think it's a good price for this fragrance. There is 3 or 4 in this line now, and again, this house struggles with performance. This is probably the best performing fragrance of this line and of the house, I think. There might be a rival somewhere in there, but out of the line, I did like this one most. So coming at number 10, and I'm hoping I keep this count correct because I didn't write any of this down like I normally do. I just wanted to hurry up and get this video out to you guys. But coming at number 10 is John Varvatos and Nick Jonas. I believe this is the Crimson version of that fragrance. Nice, fresh, spicy fragrance. Kind of has some zing in it too. Almost smells like there's some kind of pepper or something in there, but it kind of has a little bit of that Sauvage type of note too. But nice fragrance. Definitely my favorite from the line. So John Varvatos, Nick Jonas, Crimson, coming in at number 10. So coming in at number 9 is a favorite of a lot of people in FRAGCOM. This one is an oldie but a goodie, and it's wearing a sweater, so it tells you it's for the fall. This one's wearing a sweater. It's got the fall colors. If you guys haven't guessed already, it is London from the house of Burberry London. Again, this is a staple in FRAGCOM. This smells, to me, just smells just like fall. Performance is lacking. but it smells really, really good. If they made a intense version of this fragrance, that would be awesome. But this one smells to me like fall leaves, like when the leaves are on the ground and you can just kind of, you're walking through dried up leaves when it's nice and cool outside. This somehow depicts the fall leaves. It's just a great fall fragrance. So going to number 8 is, again, sort of an oldie but a goodie. I really like wearing this one in the fall. It can be good worn in winter as well, but this one is nice. It's kind of an old fragrance as well, but I still really enjoy wearing this one. I want to say it's the one that started it all for the men's line from this house. I could be wrong about that, but just at least I know for sure it's the first one of this line. This one I believe has some vanilla and peach and some woods maybe. Again, don't quote me on that. I know the peach is in it for sure. From the house of Chanel, we have Chanel Allure Homme, and this is, I believe this is a first formula bottle, which apparently they say there is better performance with the older bottles of this stuff, so hopefully that's true. But this is very nice fragrance. If you guys have ever tried Ferragamo's F Black, they are made, I believe, by either the same nose or they're related. And to my nose, this is almost identical to F Black. This one just has peach instead of green apple and a couple of other differences, but to me overall they're pretty much the same fragrance. So I do like Allure Homme from the house of Chanel. That's number 8. So coming to number 7, again, another old school fragrance, but I did put this one back in my collection. I got a great deal. I think I got this 100 ml bottle for like $25. And I didn't check the batch, but I did wear this one a few times over the fall. And this one does have, compared to other batches that I've tried in the past, does have better performance. Again, not going to get into too much of that, but this one to me is one of the first vanilla fragrances I ever fell in love with back in the day. This is, I believe this has some almond in it, some vanilla. This is very powdery, sweet. I guess one would say it's gourmandy, but this is just a really nice fragrance. I do think this is underrated as well, just because there's so many new fragrances on the market. But coming in number 7, we do have from the house of Givenchy, we have Pie. So again, guys, this is a very nice fragrance. Very sweet and powdery, just one of my favorites. Also, the first bottle that I've ever seen that has this little has a stopper kind of built into it there. But yeah, really nice fragrance. Enjoy wearing this one still. So coming in at number 6. Coming in at number 6, guys. I do have the intense version of this fragrance, but I do like wearing that one more in the colder weather. So maybe that'll be in my winter list. But this is the regular Eau de Toilette version, which still has pretty good performance. This one does resemble another fragrance that's very popular in FRAGCOM, but I do believe that this version of the original is better than the original. It has better performance as well, in my opinion. They did sort of go out there and sort of copy Dior, if you guys can maybe guess where I'm going with this one. But from the house of Valentino, we have Valentino UOMO. And so like I mentioned before, the Valentino UOMO Intense is one of my favorites. But that one's just better in the wintertime. It's a lot heavier version of this one. This one does have the iris in it. This does have the lipstick note. Very powdery, little chocolatey and gourmandy. Just very, very sexy fragrance, guys, here. This one just isn't as strong. So if you think that the intense version is going to be too much for you, then you're going to want to try the regular Eau de Toilette version. Nice fragrance. So coming in at number 5, another gourmand fragrance. I believe this one has, I'm gonna assume there's some vanilla in there, but I believe there's some chocolatey nuances, but I know for sure there's some tiramisu. So if that gives it away, guys, coming in, I have to keep recounting these, at number 5. This one, it might be the first one I really fell in love with from this house. I did like a couple of their other previous fragrances, but this one was sort of took me by surprise by how much I liked it. At first, I don't think I did. Because they're mixing fresh and almost like fresh and citrusy with like sexy and almost chocolatey and gourmandy. So I guess at first I wasn't used to that, but I fell in love with it shortly thereafter. So from the house of Salvatore Ferragamo, we do have UOMO, and this one again, guys, this is a nice gourmand, fresh, citrusy fragrance. It's supposed to resemble tiramisu, which is, I believe, an Italian dessert. And I do believe they do a good job of that. I want to say there's coffee in this as well. If not, there is some coffee type of nuances in this. So very nice fragrance here. So coming in at number 4, again, going back to the OGs, we do have a fragrance that I think Christy, my girl, she made this one number 1 of my sexy designer fragrances, or most popular fragrances out there in the designer world. She picked this one as her favorite, I believe, over the summer. She did pick SPICEBOMB from the house of VIKTOR and ROLF. That one is coming in at number 4 on the top 10 fragrances I've been wearing this fall 2020, even though it's over now. Coming in at number 3, was number 1 on my list for lots of years, at least 3 years in a row, if not made number 2. But this fragrance reminds me of fall. It does remind me a lot of my trip to Boston I took 2 years ago up to Salem. My good friend Aaron lives up there, and I just love that town. And I'm a Halloween guy, so if you guys are big fans of Halloween, you might want to go to Salem. It's like the Halloween capital of the world. But I wore this fragrance up there, and this just reminds me of the nice, cool fall days I had up there while I was there in September. Yeah, just this one just reminds me of that, and have lots of other scent memories with this fragrance. From the house of MORI, we have HIM, and this is the Eau de Parfum version, which is stronger by a couple of hours than the EDT. They smell exactly alike. This one just happens to be a little bit stronger than the original. So if you guys haven't tried this one, it's sweet and ambery with some citrus notes. I want to say there's some cinnamon in this. If not, there is like some spicy, sort of sweet, ambery cinnamon nuances in this that gives it a nice woody, spicy feel. Really nice fragrance for the fall. You guys can see the color of the glass here. It does sort of have a fall sort of look to it. Coming in at number 2 is a fragrance that I want to say I got last year, if not 2 years ago. I think it was last year. And I've worn this one quite a bit. Kind of does remind me of another fragrance in my collection, and I left that one off this season because I've been wearing this one more, but they sort of remind me of each other slightly. But this one is the first one I've tried from the house. I believe my good friend Chad over at Gentleman's Journey told me about this fragrance first, and I went out and found a bottle. Really nice fragrance. Don't wear it enough though. I've been wearing it a lot, but I think I should really wear this one more. Because this one does have, I want to say it has vanilla, plum, and tobacco in this. Nice and fresh, fruity, and sweet, but also has some nice matureness with that tobacco. Nice fragrance. I believe I did mention the plum note in this that I really like in this fragrance. So from the house of TRUSSARDI, we have RIFLESSO Blue Vibe, and I do really like this fragrance, guys. Again, I don't know why they called it Blue Vibe. There is no, to my nose anyway, there's no blue notes in this. It doesn't have any aquatic notes or anything like that. This one is just got some plum. It's fruity. It's tobacco-y, a little mature with that, and it's sweet. So nice fragrance here. Easy to wear to work. Sexy, good for date night, stuff like that. Good fragrance here. So coming in at number 1 and rounding off my very, very late top 10 fall fragrances I've been wearing this fall. Sorry, I mess that up all the time. Top 10 fragrances I've been wearing this fall, designer edition, is a fragrance that I fell in love with at first sniff. My girlfriend loves the female version of this fragrance, and I actually loved the female version of this fragrance, and I actually thought I could pull off the female version of this fragrance on myself, thinking, man, I love this fragrance so much, maybe a guy can wear it. After a few wearings, I was like, yeah, I can't wear this fragrance, it's way too feminine. But I was wondering, when are they going to make a men's version? And I believe it was last year when they came out with this fragrance, and I was glad they did. Now, it wasn't as complex with the notes as the woman's version, but it does have similar aspects as the women's version, and so that's the reason why I do still really like this fragrance. I fell in love with it. A lot of people hated it. They called it just another designer release. Yeah, I mean, it's a designer release. They're meant to be, drawing the masses. They're meant to be crowd pleasing. That's kind of the whole point. This one always gets the compliments. It lasts a good amount of time on my skin. Good for date night. Safe for work, I believe. Good for most seasons, but I think it would shine more in the fall. That's why this one's number 1 on the fall list. From the house of Carolina Herrera, we have Bad Boy. So yes, that is my number 1 fragrance for fall designer fragrances of 2020. I do really like this fragrance. Again, citrusy, sexy, guys. It's got almost some chocolatey kind of sexiness to it, some gourmand notes to it, but it's very fresh as well. Kind of covers a lot in the spectrum of a fragrance that I like, especially a fall fragrance. So yeah, so those were the top 10 designer fragrances I've been wearing this fall 2020, guys. Again, sorry for letting everyone down for posting this video so late, but I had to do it. I had to at least post it, right? Better late than never. And I'm really sorry. I will try to get these videos out a lot sooner. I'm going to try to do my niche top 10 as quick as possible as well. Probably do it like this in one shooting, very minimal edits just to kind of get it all done. Won't go into too many of the notes and stuff like that. I'm going to go off of memory instead of writing everything down. That saves a lot of time. I do have a new setup here on my ground. A lot of people always ask me, why are you on your floor? I don't understand why they ask me that. Why not? I mean, I just kind of like changed it up a little bit. But I have a new microphone here, and I'm using my cell phone, and I have a ring light here. Just got a little setup here. So I'm going to start, you know, maybe doing some quicker videos down here. That way we don't have to set up everything, you know, go through the whole spiel every single time. I do enjoy doing my full-length videos with all the edits, but you know, sometimes I just like to sit down and do one quick take with minimal edits, guys. So please let me know what you guys have been wearing over the fall down in the comments below. Leave me your top 10 or your top 5, whatever you guys are comfortable with, down in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys are wearing. So again, guys, thank you guys so much for watching the video on my channel. If you like this video, please click that like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications for future first impressions videos and fragrance-related content just like this. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Dollars and Cents. There, you'll find fragrance-related photos and future contest winners. As always, until next video, you guys take care. Thanks.